creativity of naming, one. It's really good because it has. Who's that?
That's one plus mark, yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. You know why? A lot depends on how you name things. There's a huge amount of recall. I see a potential for this to be seen and heard in other parts of the world.
First of all, I want to thank the organizers. It's a unique privilege to be here among young minds like you to talk about things that interest you. Incidentally, as you were saying, the abbreviation for the organization that you started, ONE, I think it's very significant. I'm starting from a very tangential angle, but if you go back to Vedanta, there's Dvaita and Advaita. And one essentially means that Atma and Paramatma are no different, they are one and the same. If you think about what we are trying to do as well, here, what you guys are here for, I think the one is very significant because whatever impurity, be it corruption, be it nepotism that exists in the society among politicians, is what also exists among us. It's not different. And so, therefore, this initiative to try and essentially educate youth, to empower them, and with the concept of one, essentially, I think is eminently laudable. And let's have a round of applause for that.
Maybe I will first introduce one also because now all of you are probably do not know the context of this. So we are a small organization. We call ourselves Organization for Nations Empowerment. So the idea, the main vision and goal of the organization is to engage young people like all of you. I don't include myself. Engage all of us in the society, in the issues of society, in finding solutions for the problems in the society. Now, when I say engage, there are many ways of engaging. One way of engaging is actually go find an issue and try to solve it ourselves, right? Now that way of engaging is great, but it is limited in terms of how it can scale up. That means if suppose you see that a school is not functioning properly, some of us may want to go and teach there in the school. Now that is a great contribution, but what happens is that activity will continue as long as you are going there to the school. Right? And suppose school needs some infrastructure, you can choose to fund it yourselves from your own pockets. Now that is great, but that can work only as long as you can give your money. So what we thought is that to make this these solutions sustainable, the idea is not to go and solve them ourselves because that is the responsibility of somebody else to solve them. Now what we need to do is to work with those people whose responsibility it is to solve them, right? So that means what we plan to do is to engage with the governments, take these problems to the government, and somehow try to work out solutions and for these problems so that these solutions are permanent, right? Now, the motive for this is twofold. One is that these problems are getting solved, and the second is that all of us now will get to understand how these problems are to be addressed and how these should be solved. Right? We are getting engaged with the communities where the problems are there, and we are getting engaged with the government. Basically, we are getting engaged with the political process. Right? So that is and in this process, we believe that leadership will get built. Right? People, all of us, there is an innate leadership in all of us, and all this is a platform for us to explore that ability within us. And leadership will get built, and which is finally useful for society at large. So this is what one is about, and in this process what we thought is, one more thing that we believe in strongly is that it is a good thing to have a desire to do good for the society. Now, but if you do not know what is good for the society, that is what we do may not work out to be good for the society. So that in that sense we should know what is good for the society. That means we should be able to understand different points of view and be open, right, before we start and jump and do something, right? So in that, with that in mind, we have over the last many months, we have been having sessions about each topic. Let's say elections, electoral systems, what is the right electoral systems, what is the system that we follow, what are the alternate systems which are followed across the globe, right? Similarly, things like people say today we have something like Occupy Wall Street, right? Most of you would have read about it. But is that the right approach? I mean, is capitalism good, or is a socialist state is the right way to go about it? These are complicated topics. It's very hard to say, okay, this is good, this is bad. Even the best of the thinkers find it difficult to say one is better or the other. Each have some positions, some points, but there are counterpoints as well. So one needs to be aware of that to be open, right? So we have been having discussions on various topics, and this group has experience in working with RTI. I guess most of you are aware of what RTI is. It's called Right to Information. It's a tool that is provided by our state. State means government, union and central state governments, to seek information regarding implementation of different policies, any information related to the public work. So we have experience with working in that, using that tool, and we have also been very active in the Lokpal movement, in the campaign that we have done. In fact, over the last 1 year, we have built that campaign in the city of Hyderabad. But now there is another group that is looking into it. But we have been very active numbers in running that campaign. So with this, what we have decided, in the last couple of weeks after a lot of deliberation, is to try to find solutions for problems locally, right? In city itself, we have various problems. We have many slums, we have many people who do not have basic facilities, and there are other town planning related issues, right? We want to look at them and see how we can find solutions. So we visited a slum last week, and we interacted with people in the slums and found out about their problems, their issues. They are having problems with the land. They don't have legal documents for the land, and their lands may be taken up by the government. So there are many issues like that. They don't have proper roads in the slums. There can be many issues like this. Similarly, we have done many other campaigns where we could draw a lot of young people and kind of educate them and bring them on for these kind of activities. The other important thing that we feel that we should do, and that's what one of the main work is to kind of empower young people like us with the right kind of knowledge and the right kind of perspective to understand things, so that whatever the passion that is in us is used in the right way, right? It's important that we understand how the system works, what is the right solution for the problems in the system. So one needs to be aware of different points of view, and that's what we try to bring in through our lecture sessions that we have every Sunday, which we've been doing for the last 8 months or so. And we've had a very good effect of these lecture series. We've covered or talked about various topics of relevance and current significance. We talked about Telangana, for example. We talked about Food Security Act. We talked about FDI and retail. These are things which are easily misunderstood, and people like us have to understand them from both angles, because anybody who generally presents from one point of view, and one has to be aware of the other point of view as well before taking a balanced and right decisions. And one of the positive outcomes of one of these lecture sessions I would like to mention here is we had a session on grievance redressal bill, and the speaker actually went on, who is among us, one of our friends, Sham. He went on actually and then proposed gave some recommendations to a standing committee on what the bill should include. Right? This is the kind of thing that we feel that youth should do more and more. And so we are very pumped up about the kind of effect that we are creating. And going forward, what we thought is that we are kind of catering to a small audience, and we want to take it to a bigger scale where this whole effort becomes much more effective and reaches to a large number of people. So we've launched we've kind of launched it in a more official way. We call it Igniting Minds. The idea is to ignite not only our passions but our minds and our thinking, our thought process, so that we all contribute in a positive way.